a very warm welcome to all the viewers of Parvasi TV. I, Prabnoor Kaur, am yet again present with another round of talks with a significant personality of our community. Today we have with us the CEO of Worldwide Immigration and Consultancy Services, Mr. Deepak Kochhar. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you, Prabnoor. It's a pleasure being with you all.
Thank you so much. So before we talk about the Canadian immigration system, can you tell us and our viewers a little about yourself and about WWICS?
WWICS is a well-renowned and a household name in the field of immigration. And as most of you know, that it's one of the oldest firm which is dealing with the immigration solutions here in this part of GTA. It's been 28 years since we are serving the community, helping people to migrate to different parts of the world, and primarily Canada being the favored destination. It happens to be our home country. This is the country from where we started, that we have our roots in. So that makes Canada the most exciting destination for us as well as our clients. And it's been a long journey for WWICS. As I said, it's been 28 long years, and we are proud to say that we've helped more than 200,000 families to migrate to especially to Canada under different immigration programs. 28 years, and the numbers, if we count the dependents and the other family members, the numbers swell up to about 400,000 migrants who have come through us, and they've settled and they are doing pretty well in their different fields. So that is the beauty about WWICS, and as I mentioned, that it's been a long journey, and we have diversified a lot in various other businesses as well, and we're thankful to the Almighty that the group has grown leaps and bounds, and all thanks to this country from where we started. We started with a very humble beginning, and yes, since then there has been no looking back. Right. So that was about WWICS.
A little about you now.
I am associated with the group for over 22 years now. So I was just 19 when I got associated with the group, and I'm proud to say that it's been a rewarding and a very satisfying journey to work with WWICS. Now, as a CEO, I handle and head the entire group. The group is well spread. We are operating out of different countries. We have 25 offices all over the globe. We are present in almost all major cities of India. We have a very strong presence in the Middle East. We have offices in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. We are present in Kuwait, Oman. Then we have office in Nepal. We've also ventured into African markets. So you name a country, we are present there. So we help people to migrate from different parts of the world, and all thanks to our dedicated team and staff members, which give strength to the organization. And it's been a great journey working with WWICS in last 22 years.
Right. So you talked about migrating families.
Yes.
So over the past 2 years, we have seen a lot of changes being made into the Canadian immigration system. So this year, in 2022, what changes can we expect?
I think last 2 years have been like a roller coaster ride for the Canadian immigration. We saw a lot of frustration building in the minds of people, but yes, nobody could do anything because the situation was beyond our control. The COVID was rampant, and people were suffering all over the globe. There were border closures, travel restrictions, but yes, now is the time. We're seeing a lot of excitement coming in the immigration industry, with a lot of new announcements which are happening now. So I'm pretty sure that in times to come, immigration is going to be at the boom. There are a few new things which are exciting everybody like us who are in the immigration field. The first and the foremost is the resumption of the express entry draws. There has been a huge, there has been a long wait for this thing to start. People have been waiting endlessly for their turn to come. Some were getting frustrated, their IELTS were getting expired, some people were losing points on the age, but yes, now, just in a few days, on 6th of July, the draws are resuming. The Immigration Minister, Honorable Sean Fraser, he's already announced that they are going to start the express entry draws. And this brings a lot of excitement in everybody who's been waiting. And apart from that, there are many new other things which are on the agenda of the Immigration Department. They are bringing in new categories. They've already announced that they're going to bring something similar to TR to PR, not exactly identical what it was earlier, but yes, they are bringing some new categories for for students and foreign workers who are temporarily working in Canada and they want to settle permanently. So that's going to be a very exciting thing again. A lot of people are looking forward to that. Another very important thing which is now coming up is the Bill C-19. There's a lot of talk going on about Bill C-19, and I tend to agree with the vision of the government and the IRCC department. Bringing a bill like C-19 definitely will address the Canadian economic goals. So this will give more authority and the powers to the immigration department to decide what kind of immigrants they want. As of now, I think we are on a very flat kind of a system wherein there is a ranking. So irrespective of what occupation, what knock or whatever background you come from, if you meet certain criteria, if you meet that threshold, you are in the queue. However, with Bill C-19 coming in, the government will be able to earmark the kind of individuals they actually need, whether they want more of francophone people to come or they want more and more people to come with a job in hand. There might be certain occupations or knock codes which would be in demand. So this is going to be a very, very dynamic and a very enterprising system which would come in. Yes, it will take some time to get implemented, but yes, once it comes in, I'm sure that it is going to help Canada to meet its labor market shortages in the long term. Yes. No, I don't think so. The bill has already gone through the Senate, and I think they are going to implement whatever changes they intend to do through C-19 along with the express entry system. These are all speculations. We really don't know what is going to actually happen. But yes, it will take some time before the implementation of C-19 happens. And I am confident and I'm very positive that this bill C-19 will further refine the express entry system and make it more and more dynamic and a better program for the Canadian economy as well as the aspirants who want to come to Canada.
Right. You also mentioned about the immigration minister announcing that that the express entry draws are going to resume from the 6th next month. So what PNP options do we have for the candidates who have less than 400 or 450 score?
As you've rightly said that with this, the resumption of the draws, if we refer to the various data analytics which are available, more than 20,000 people are sitting in the pool whose CRS scores are more than 480. If I talk about very specific group, there are more than 8,600 odd applicants sitting in the pool who are above 500. So even if the draws they start in the first week of July and the size of the draw is the same and the frequency is same, it is going to take at least another 6-8 months before the CRS scores they come down to the same level what it was in the pre-pandemic times. So during this in such a scenario, the only option or the viable option which I see for people who are with lesser CRS scores is to move towards the provincial nominee programs. There are various provincial nominee programs which are available. The most exciting these days where a lot of people, we see a lot of traction happening, a lot of people showing interest, is towards the Alberta PNP. Alberta is a very dynamic program, very fast moving immigration program. Especially they've introduced a category for the tech professionals which is called an Alberta Tech Pilot. It's a fantastic program. It's very fast and they are inviting people in no time and they're processing the applications very, very fast. Apart from Alberta, we have other provinces which are offering a lot of provincial nomination programs, like BC has a very dynamic BC PNP, Saskatchewan, then Manitoba. Almost all provinces they have catered for certain programs meeting their labor market shortages. And yes, we definitely, if somebody is interested, and we would do the detailed. We have the specialists on board. We have the RCICs working with us. We have immigration lawyers working with us. So they do a very thorough job. They will check the profile of each individual and make sure that we try and then advise and counsel the client to go through the right program. But yes, opportunities are plenty. So you don't have to get disheartened that the express entry draws are going to come up at 480 or 500. Yes, it would be some initial challenge, but yeah, with times to come, it would gradually subside and come back to the normal pre-pandemic scores.
And talking about opportunities, if business doesn't come into your mind, it is a rare sight. So I would also like to take a moment and talk about the business immigration stream. So because it has been into a lot of talks recently as well. So if somebody needs to buy a business in Canada, is it necessary for them to be a permanent resident or a citizen?
Prab, I think business immigration is a very, very important category for the Canadian immigration. Money is the running engine or the engine for the economy. So that boosts the economy and brings, once the foreign investment comes here, so it brings a lot of changes in the economy. It creates more and more of employment. So any country, whether it is Canada, so they are always welcoming investors and entrepreneurs with open arms. They want more and more business talent to come into the country. They want more and more business people to come and set up their businesses here, bring their business ideas, and not just bring new ideas but also acquire businesses, because a lot of Canadians and the old people are getting retired, so they want to hand over their businesses to somebody who's willing to undertake those businesses. At the same time, as you said, whether it is important for or it is necessary for an individual to be a permanent resident to acquire a business, no. For acquiring a business, you don't have to be a permanent resident. But yes, acquisition of a business can become a pathway to become a permanent resident. So there are a lot of Canadian business programs in which you actually acquire some equity if you acquire some shares, if you buy a business, or if you come up with a very unique business idea or a business plan, the government is willing to support you. They give you nomination. There are provincial nominee programs which give you nominations based on those investments which you do, and then you can come and acquire those businesses and start participating in day-to-day working of those businesses. You can acquire a business while you're not a permanent resident, but yes, to come and work in that business, you have to go through the immigration process, which grants you a work permit or a permanent residency, and then you can actually come and start working in that business.
And recently we have seen a lot of reports about the international students not being able to get into the Canadian colleges and the universities because the seats are filling up so fast. So are there any special programs in place for the students who could not get a seat in the September 2022 intake?
I think the international students market is on the boom. There is so much of craze for the students, especially from India and other parts of the world, to come and study in Canada. I still remember some days like 7-8 years back, it used to be a challenge for us to convince a student to go outside of GTA and study. Everybody wanted to come and study in GTA. If you used to tell them that, okay, you go and study in Kitchener, you go and study in, let's say, in Cambridge, or you go and study in Barrie, they used to say, no, we want to study in GTA. But now the entire dynamics have changed. Even if I tell a student these days to go and study in any of the remote rural communities, they are ready. Students have become so enterprising. They want to explore various career opportunities and education opportunities which are available. And that has made Canada as the best selling destination for any international student because of the various advantages it offers. It is the only country which offers an excellent pathway for the international students to come here, study, work, and then call Canada as their permanent home. So that is why there's a huge demand, and this is the reason why there is always a struggle or a challenge in finding seats in one of the best colleges. If you talk about the September intake, if I look at the various good institutions which are there, almost all seats would be closed. And here we have a solution for those students. WWICS group, we run a college. There's an institution which we run back in India. It's by the name of CIIS, Continental Institute of International Studies, and we've been running this institute for the last 22 years now. We have it's a huge campus which we have 60 acres campus, fully Wi-Fi enabled, air-conditioned campus, beautiful campus which we run. And we've been sending students from CIS to Canada every year. So I think if not less, we would have sent more than 5,000 students through CIS till now, who are well settled here in Canada into various jobs, and they're pursuing their careers. Now, what is unique about CIS? I'll explain you. We run a pathway program. So we are kind of an extension campus for various colleges and universities of Canada. We have partner institutions like Conestoga College here in Ontario. We have Red River College from Manitoba. Then we have Trebas from Montreal, Quebec. We have Thompson River University from British Columbia. Then we have University of Canada West from British Columbia. So these are various institutions we are partners with. So they are running their Canadian curriculum back in India. So any student who enrolls with us, he completes at least 1 year of their education. For example, any student who wants to pursue a bachelor's degree with Thompson River University, we have a program called BCS, Bachelor's of Computing Science. A student who wants to pursue a 4 years degree with Thompson River University here in Canada, they get enrolled with us at CIS. They complete 1 year, or they have an option to do the second year as well back in India, and then get a 100% credit transfer of that education which they do in India, and they come straight here in the second or the third year of the course in the university. Now, what is the advantage of this? Any student who wants to come and study, there's a lot of financial implication which is involved in the foreign education. Students who are enrolled at CIS, they study the same curriculum and program with us in India at almost 60% less cost. So that makes CIS as a very, very exciting pathway for the students. And they get they get adjusted to the Canadian education system before they land here. A lot of students, they suffer a lot of hardships because when they come back from various parts of India, especially from the rural backgrounds, it is very challenging for them to adapt to the Canadian culture. But yes, once they are with us at CIS, they spend, let's say, a year with us. We groom them, we nurture them, and we prepare them to come and then get adjusted in the Canadian system. So that's the advantage, and it's a bulk movement. So when students, let's say we have a cohort size of 200, 300, 400 students in one session, they all move together. So there is no peer issue that they'll find problems in adjusting. So their entire group, their entire classmates, their friends, they're moving together. So it brings a lot of emotional security, a lot of financial advantage for the students who study with us at CIS. So that's a good thing about WWICS and CIS, that we have options available, and we are already enrolling students for the fall intake, September 2022 intake. So if there is any student who's missed out on the September intake, you don't have to lose a chance, or you don't have to lose 1 year of your education. Here you have the opportunity where you can enroll in CIS and then study 1 year with us in India, and then get a transfer next year here in the parent campus, and that too by saving a lot of money.
And we have been seeing in the news that a lot of colleges in Montreal are not able to provide the postgraduate work permit to the students, and the students are in a lot of distress due to the same. So what advice do you give to the international students who are enrolling into private colleges today?
My suggestion is that there is a lot of exuberance in the students to enter into the country by hook or by crook. They just want to get in, and then they say, okay, we'll see whatever is to be done. But it's not a bed of roses for these students to come and live here in Canada. They have to make a very, very prudent decision, and they have to see all the pros and cons. The government of Montreal, or the government of Canada, has already announced that from September 2023, students passing out from any Quebec college, which is a private institution, they'll not be getting the PGWP. They have standardized the system what we have in all other provinces. So it is going to be challenging. So at this point of time, I would my advice to the students would be to make a very, very prudent decision. Don't just go for a shortcut. Choose your institution very, very carefully. Go for the best possible options. Preferably go in for public funded institutions, go for community colleges, where you have more security, you have more stability, and you have a pathway to get your PGWP. So you guys are bringing in the hard-earned money of your parents. So please don't put that on stake. Be very, very careful in making your decisions.
So that was it for today's Parvasi special. We hope most of your questions about the Canadian immigration system were answered. Any last message that you would like to give?
First of all, I would like to wish a very happy Canada Day, as we are approaching the celebrations. And it's a great moment for all of us at WWICS Group as well. Being a Canadian company, we celebrate this day with a lot of pride and fervor. And once again, my message to everybody is that whenever you are thinking of immigration, or if you or your relatives or your friends, whatever you are looking at, whether it is skilled migration, whether it is any other economic immigration category, super visa, parental visa, spousal visas, whatever kind of immigration solutions you need, be very, very particular in choosing your consultant. Do their due diligence, find out more about them, check their history, their credibility, and then take a decision. At WWICS, we would ensure, if you decide to come to us, we have the best team available, we have the experts available, we have the best of the talent working in our team, which will handle your cases in the best possible and meticulous manner. And we have our offices here in GTA. We are based in Mississauga at 160 Traders Boulevard East. That's one office. The second office in Canada is in Surrey in BC, in the Greater Vancouver area. So we are available in BC as well as in Ontario. So whatever help you need in terms of any immigration programs, we will be there to assist you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining in. We'll be back with another Parvasi special.